Hello, and welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora, and I'm so happy to have you here. Today I want to talk about feeling stuck. I think the COVID situation, wherever you live, has affected you. And I think we all felt pretty much stuck at one point or the other. How did it make you feel? How did you cope with it? Did you come up with creative alternatives? Or was depression creeping up surely but surely? Yes, COVID 2020, we will not forget. So what do we do when we feel stuck? We can feel stuck during COVID confinement, just in general in life. We can feel stuck in a job that we don't like. We can feel stuck in a situation with a friend. We can feel stuck in a romantic relationship. And what are the things we can do when we feel stuck? I feel we first have to explore what we might not be doing and the consequence is to feel stuck. I feel that we're not living with our five senses when we feel stuck. We're focused so much on the thing that we don't like that we forget to appreciate things with our whole body and soul and attention. Because if we would, it is less likely to feel bored and stuck. I feel that if we feel stuck, we're not 100% honest with ourselves and not 100% expressing ourselves, expressing what we need. Because if we were to express full-heartedly, honestly, what we need, we wouldn't feel bored or stuck. So what is it now that doesn't allow us to experience life with our full senses, and that makes us feel as if we're not being heard and understood? I think it is deep-rooted beliefs that hold us back in those moments, and it is an attitude shift that we need in order to appreciate again or get out of the situation that we feel stuck in. So let's have a look at an example here. Let's see a person who is in a job, working a job, and is really not enjoying himself. He picked this job because he got out of school and he has to make money. Plus, he wants to be independent from his parents. And money just has to come in order to have money to pay rent. So if you can hear maybe in the tone of my voice already, he's making decisions and the intentions are, how do you say, practical. It makes sense to an outsider. Yeah, of course, well, you have to work to make money and then pay your bills and blah, blah, blah. But he's not making the decisions from the heart. He's making them from the head, from a rational space. If he were to make the decision from the heart, he would work a job that doesn't feel like a job. He gets up in the morning and loves going to see his co-workers and to get shit done. He loves what he's doing. So that person is less likely to feel stuck, right? Because he made a decision from the heart. He followed his passion and is radiating that beautiful energy, and this attracts people, so people want to spend money on that person, and that person is not going to feel stuck. It is the person who makes rational decisions, practical decisions that are only mind-driven. Let's have a look at a relationship. The flower power, how do you say, the lovey-dovey, the lovey-dovey beginnings are over. And now you moved in together. And yeah, both have their routines, their working routines. They might have a little bit of a weekend routine there. Maybe they share friends, maybe they keep the friends separate. And they're starting to feel stuck, or one of the two is starting to feel stuck. So what would be an example for a person who feels stuck in a relationship? Well, chances are that you chose your partner for the wrong reasons. You chose your partner because you guys share similar problems, you guys share similar pain, you guys share that you don't like to be alone. You guys share that we all have physical needs, and you just happen to be able to get your physical needs done with each other. But there's no real passion, there's no real love there, there's no real understanding and supporting of each other. It is kind of like a contract, and you live together because you got used to each other, and that's really it. And to leave that person is going to be too painful because you share so much, yet so little, but enough to make it very, very uncomfortable to separate. So you decide to stay in that relationship and feel stuck. Is there a chance to revive, if that word exists in English, that relationship? I'm sure there's options. Like you can totally have an attitude shift if you both want it, but you have to want it 100%. If it's just one person changing their attitude, then it's quickly gonna get boring again and very, very frustrating. Let's have a look at the COVID confinement. You were a very social person, a social butterfly, so to say. You had a job that was okay, helps you to pay the bills, and you like going. And now all of a sudden you're stuck at home, and you're stuck with your thoughts, you're stuck with your partner, with your kids maybe even. I'm just gonna change my position here and move outside for some fresh air. And yeah, now your thoughts keep racing. Now you're trying to compensate. You try to fill that void with something that feels kind of good. So you're Netflixing. You're maybe eating a little more. Maybe you start exercising, get really good at exercising. But it's really, really annoying for you that you can't go back to your social life and what you had before. And there again, it is the mind that drives you crazy, because if you were living from the heart, you'd be okay with yourself. You would come up with creative stuff that makes you feel good and helps others too, maybe. You'd be able to create stuff that makes you feel purposeful and supports others at the same time. You wouldn't be stuck in that thought pattern and that frustration of not being able to follow your daily life, how it was before COVID. I watched Papillon a couple weeks ago, a very, very good movie on Netflix, a prison life movie, so to say, and it really, really made it so crystal clear for me that if you manage to stay sane in your mind, if you manage to keep yourself occupied and good with yourself and make meaningful connections, then you can get through such harsh environment situations. And I think COVID was a perfect thing for all of us to learn to be good with ourselves and to rethink our lives and to reflect about our decision making and to be careful with our partners. Like before we were maybe even kind of avoiding each other, and now you're stuck with that person in one house or one apartment and you have to get along. You can't just have a fight and then let it sit there. You have to resolve it right away because you live together and you want to have a good life. So maybe I drifted off a little bit here, but I think you got my point. When you live from the heart, then it is less likely to feel bored and stuck because you will always feel stimulated and good. You will always have something to do and something to be excited about. When you live from the head, from the ego, from your monkey mind, it will come up with boredom. It will come up with very, very shitty decision making that you will regret one day, just for the short-term excitement and distraction. So what I want to do here with my little podcast is to bring you back to your heart, to live from the heart, so that if ever there's another COVID or something similar or something else very annoying, that you're ready and more resilient. Thank you so much for listening to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host, Aurora, and I'm very happy to announce that I have a little website going right now. I published it today. You can check it out on www.theborealisexperience.com. And there's even a little donate button. So if you feel like buying me a coffee, then don't hold back. The money will go into my next website project here for you to create videos and have a platform where you can send in requests or interact with me. All right, take good care of yourself, and I'll be out there for you tomorrow again. Bye-bye.